Welcome back. We're gonna just do a brief flight from, I believe we are at Sydney, and we're gonna fly right down to Melbourne with the call as Qantas Flight 449. So let's just start the process. I'm gonna request clearance to start engine and request pushback, which in this game isn't quite what you think. We don't actually have a tug, so I'll just reverse the rest and do it that way. All right. So here we go. Okay, got that output. Just waiting for a response from YSSY Sydney Tower. Okay. It's a very busy airport at the moment, so YSSY is taking their time. Alright. Face south on Bravo. Roger that. Okay, we have ignition. Disengaging parking brake. Reversing thrust. Okay. I'm gonna hit my brakes a little bit there. Okay, and stop. Parking brake engaged, so now I'm gonna request taxiing instructions. So, QF449. I'm actually gonna copy this right here to make it easier for me. Instructions to Melbourne. So we have flying to Melbourne, check, got that information out. IFR, so instrument flight rules, not flight rules, pardon me. And request submitted. Now just waiting again to hear from YSSY. Okay, QF449, taxi South Bravo, cross 25 left Lima, right Tango, left Tango, 6 holding point 34 right. So, I'm going to be going to runway, it looks like I'm going to be at runway, come on. Oh, okay, I'm going that way, 34 right. Okay, roger that. Left Tango, South Bravo, cross 25 left Lima. Disengaging brakes. Proceeding with taxiing. Crossing runway as per orders. a second, what's going on over there? Okay. So I gotta make sure I'm taxiing around this water here. Because you will fall in. Slowing down my taxiing. Crossing onto this little section here, this little section of taxiway. Going around. We should not hit any water. Shabang bang bang. Okay. Continuing taxiing. The problem with not having the best scenery graphics is that you tend to get kind of weird imagery, but hey, could be worse. Okay, gonna taxi right on down here. Just about there. So he's having me taxi on 3-4 right, so then we're gonna probably end up departing north or northeast, and then come around to this. You'll see this flight path right here that I set up. We're kind of generally going to follow it most of the time. There might be some slight changes. Alright, making our approach here to circle around onto runway 34 right. In case you happen to randomly be wondering, I am using a set of joysticks, so that's the controls I've chosen. It's useful. Makes flight just a little bit more comfortable. Alright. Almost there. Just a little bit more. I'm gonna kind of give myself a little bit of wiggle room to get onto the taxiway, not onto the taxiway, onto the runway here. Alright. Slow down a little bit more. Testing control surfaces, up and down. Oh yeah, okay, we're going. Get it down to speed so I can turn nice and sharp. May have to re-straighten here on the runway, that's a bit annoying. Yep, definitely gonna have to re-straighten. I'm sure that, yeah, it's been a bit since I've flown in this plane, so. Oh, janky physics moment there. Occasionally, the problem with generating these rather than actually spending the time to build them sometimes is that, which I'm pretty sure that's what they do with this game, is that occasionally there are just weird, janky physics that happen and mess things up. Okay, so we are on the runway and just waiting for clearance now. So, taxi complete. I have our flight to Melbourne. Instructions. Let me just make sure that I put the runway that I'm on. 2, 3, 4, right complete. Okay, just waiting on clearance now. Roger. Okay, Disengaging brakes, putting down flaps. Climb to 8,000, departure heading 090. Turns to follow, 090. And we can give it a little bit of nose up. Hey, nose up, nose up. And we are off the ground. Landing gear goes up. We are full throttle here. One notch of flaps up. Need to climb to 4,000 feet. Since the tower wants to give me turn instructions, I'm going to wait to follow my flight path. Hopefully they give me those instructions soon. Okay, waiting to hear from him. Please respond soon. Hopefully he can taxi. Well, not taxi. Tell me that. Why do I? Yeah, that person said taxi right there. That's why. Hopefully he'll say something here. Oh yeah. Okay. Heading 090. That might have been a little bit sharper of a turn. I would. I was right. Okay. I'm just gonna let that guy do it. Climb 1,500. See Roger, YSSY. Climb 1,500. Well, 15,000. Okay. That was a mistake. Okay, anyway. That was improper terminology, but we're climbing at any rate. Roger, heading 160. Oh. Heading 160. 15,000 feet. Heading 160. 300 knots. Altitude is almost 1,500. 15,000. There we go. Once we get on course, I'll go ahead and pause the video until we get close enough, and then I'll resume it so you guys can see. I don't suppose everybody wants to see all the nitty-gritty long distance bits. Hoping to hear from YSSY here in a second, Sydney, and they'll tell me if they have any other directions. And since not everything on the server is controlled, then once they're done telling me what they need to tell me, then I'll pretty much switch over to what I was doing. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so right about now, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off the video, and I'll resume as soon as we get a little closer to our destination of Melbourne. Alright, we're back, just as we're getting ready to descend into Melbourne here. Shortly, I'll be making my turn to come around to face the airport and the runway. So getting close now, and I'll take over manually momentarily here. Alright, so we're getting in here to our final approach. Just getting ready to touch down here. So pulling my nose up, giving a little bit of flaps and throttle to keep it up off the ground here. This area isn't controlled, so we're just doing it as it needs to be done here. without communicating because there's no one else here. Oh, a little bit of turbulence, bumpiness. Again, haven't flown this particular plane in a little while here. Just coming in. It'll steady out by the time we get to the ground, that's the main thing. Be a nice buttery landing. Buttery landing. Of course, you'll probably see some improvement even just watching these videos. I only just recently actually started playing this particular simulator, so I'm still actually exploring it a little bit even. Alright. Just getting in here. And just about to touch down. Here we go. Throttling back. My flaps are way down now. We are on the ground. Reversing thrust. Pulling up my flaps a little bit there. Using my manual brakes as well as my reverse thrust to get to the stop. And then we're just kind of going to nice and gentle roll off the runway. It's that simple. Here we are. Just going to roll nice and easy. Not too fast so the plane tips while we're turning. Okay, turning off the runway now. Alright, just getting ready to stop. So folks, that was our flight from Sydney to Melbourne. Nice and smooth, except for a little bit of a rough approach to land at Melbourne, but other than that, not too horrible. So I'm just going to go ahead and park here in a minute, and then we'll have the engine shut down. So just give me a second. Alright, and that was engine shutdown. So we are all set. That was our flight from Sydney to Melbourne in a Boeing 737-800, if I recall. Not horrible, I'd say. That was Qantas flight 449, which at the time of recording was actually an active route that was mid-flight from Sydney to Melbourne. So when I'm choosing the flight names and all that and destinations, I actually look at a flight tracker and see what flights are active and decide based on that. Anyway, that's that. Thank you for watching. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking this video, maybe sharing it, that'd be great. And this is SolarisGeoFS. Have a great day, y'all.